Hello, I'm Hoa Briscoe-Tran, Assistant Professor in the Department of Finance at the University of Alberta. Today, I'll tell you about my research. Broadly speaking, I often use big data and machine learning to help answer questions in finance and investment. I also use that for sustainable finance, which is another branch of my work. And today, I'm going to focus on the second part, which is sustainable finance, to share an example of what my research looked like. So my latest research on sustainable finance is about the social aspect of it. The question is, do investors value DEI initiatives? DEI as in diversity, equity, and inclusion. So why is this question important? Turns out 80% of firms have DEI initiatives. So the question is, are they doing the right thing? In 2024, you may have seen a lot of heated debates about whether firms are doing the right thing with DEI initiatives. Some investors think that DEI is actually destroying firm value because it distracts the managers and everyone from core business activities. At the same time, others argue that no, DEI actually enhances the firm's cash flows because, well, more diversity has been shown to increase team productivity and creativity. Also, when you are more inclusive, employees may be more engaged and become more productive. At the same time, a lot of people say, well, actually, I don't care if DEI matters for firms' cash flow at all because I just want more DEI because I know that is the right thing to do from a social justice viewpoint. And so the question is, who is right? Who represents the average investor? Of course, the markets had all sorts of investors, but together, on average, what do they view DEI practices at different companies right now? So to answer this question, we want to know whether or not investors really value DEI efforts by corporations. And so the natural way to look at this is to examine company valuation or, the stock price of the company. And so we go to the stock market to answer that question. That's the beauty of finance. You have the stock market. Well, we need to find a setting where you can compare two identical companies, or at least similar in some way. And then we study an unexpected change in DEI practices of the firms. So compare two firms similar to each other, but suddenly there's an unexpected change that shut down DEI activity in one company. How would the valuation of this affected company change after the event? And you can see how investor valuation respond with that as well. And so that actually happened in 2022 in Florida. So Florida unexpectedly banned mandatory DEI training. And so if investors value DEI efforts, then Florida firms, because they're affected by this, their firm value should decline. However, if investors actually do not care about DEI, actually discount them, then Florida firms' value should increase. And so what do we find with this? This setting allows us to study how the stock returns, or in other words, the change in stock price of Florida firms respond to the new laws announcement relative to other firms elsewhere in the US. What I find is that turns out when Florida banned mandatory DI training, Florida firm value dropped by almost 2 percentage points within only 7 days compared to other companies in the US. So what this means is that on average, investors in the whole market value corporate DEI efforts. And of course, there are many analyses we can do about this, but a quick summary is that I find that why do investors value corporate DEI efforts? It's because they believe that DEI enhances cash flow for the firm. And actually, a stronger reason is that they have a social preference for DEI. And so this research helps you conclude that firms on average have done the right thing by investing in DEI initiatives. So they invest in DEI because investors actually prefer them to do so. And so with this example, you can see why finance research could be fun and useful, because this debate is so timely. And as an investor, you want to know whether you are investing your money correctly. As a corporate manager, you want to know whether or not you have been doing the right thing. Are you doing the thing that your shareholders and your investor want you to do? And it's effortlessly fun to look at all this setting, and you learn quite a few things about how the world is changing. And I hope it's helpful for you too. Thank you.